Hello and welcome to the 8th screencast for OpenGL, where I'll be talking about drawing shapes in 3D. The third part, we'll be doing spheres, cones, and cylinders today. I'm going to start off by just introducing another convenience error called error check. And this is so we can pronounce OpenGL errors to standard error. In general, OpenGL just silently swallows their errors, so you have to call this glGetError function. And then you can go ahead and do a glue error string on that error to see, okay, what it actually was. So we're just going to have that, and we're adding that to our convenience methods in the print.c file. So in our prototypes here, we also added that there. So let's get back to the code and just go ahead and get started. So new introduction, we're going to have a definition here of how many degrees of rotation we're going to have. So in general, for things like spheres and circles, where you have a 360-degree object, we are going to do every 5 degrees. So that gives us 360 divided by 5, so 60 something degrees rotation. I don't know math right now. I'm totally blazed from college, so 72 points. There we go. So sorry about that. My math is just a little fuzzy. I've been doing numerical computation all day. So anyway, back to the screencast. We're lowered our dimension of our box just to make objects a little bit bigger. A new name. Nothing else is new here. We added back the object ID so we can rotate through the 3 different objects we'll be drawing. Project is all the same. Set I is new. We basically took this code out of the display function and put it into its own little function. Nothing new with the draw axes or draw values or remove the points on there. Vertex. Okay, now we're going to get going. This takes a TH and PH and based off sine and cosine draws a vertex point based on that TH and PH. So we give it polar coordinates and it has an X, Y, and Z that relates to it. So we'll see how that works here with the sphere object. So first object here is a sphere, and what we're going to be doing is we're going to be going from the bottom up, and we'll be doing for the outside, and then from the left to right, I believe, we will be taking 360 degrees and drawing quad strips with this. So we'll take 2 points here, a TH and a PH. So for example, it'll start off as -90 and then or 0, -90, and then 0, -90 plus 5, so -85. And then it'll go through all of those on the TH side, and it'll jump to the next couple on the PH side, such that we draw an entire sphere. Went ahead and gave every vertex here a different color. So this example is green and blue, and when we actually run the program, you can actually see those quads that we're drawing, those quad strips. So let's go ahead and make that so that we can just take a look at how it looks. So first we got nothing. Spacebar defines our shapes here. So you can zoom in here and you can see all the little quad strips that we're going to be drawing here from the blue to green. So it's a very little spot here where it'll be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way around, and then it pushes it next all the way around. So that's pretty much how you can draw a nice little sphere in OpenGL. Change it to perspective view, and you can see it looks kind of like a little bit bigger, and you'll be able to see that a little bit better here when we look at cylinders. So for cylinder, you're going to have your sides, which is very similar, and then on the top and bottom circles. So first we'll draw the sides. Once again, we're using quad strips, and we're going to be doing from one color to the other. And this time we're just going to use those cosine predefined to the sine. Note that we're going from +1 in the y to -1 in the y, so this is going to be one above and one below the axes. And we're just taking our sine and cosines all the way around to get those vertexes. For the top and bottom circles, we're going to just draw 2. We'll start at 1, draw the top one, and then we'll go to -2, or excuse me, -1, and then we're just going to go down by -1. So we'll draw 1, at 1, and then draw another at -1, and then that'll end our loop here. We're going to draw triangle fans with our main point being the center of each of those, and then so the 0, I, 0, so 0, 1, 0, 0, -1, 0 for the top and bottom. And then we're going to rotate around 360, so 72 points again, and do each vertex here as another color. So let's go ahead and do that again. So you can see, wow, this looks like a box, but then as soon as we rotate it orthogonally, you can see these are all the different triangle fans with the blue in the center all the way around, and you can see the green up to the yellow as the other. So these are the two different circles. If we change that to perspective mode, you can see it actually looks like it's in perspective as opposed to orthogonal. And so that's pretty much how you draw a cylinder. Very simple. Finally, a cone, which is kind of like a simple case of a cylinder. Main difference is we're going to use stream with triangles here, and we're going to have this go all the way around every single point. This one always stays the same, which is the center point. We're going to be drawing this sideways. So you can see instead of doing 0, 1, 0, we're going to be 0, 0, 1, and go all the way around our cylinder here. Since we're drawing it sideways, we have to do a rotation before we draw our circle on the bottom, and I still haven't gotten into those yet, but we'll talk about GL scale, rotated, and transformations later. So we're going to draw a single triangle. This will be triangles all the way around the bottom, but it's going to be a circle. Here's our error check function that if something were to occur, we could see that there is an error in the draw shape method. So let's go ahead and take a look at that last one. So we're drawing it sideways, like I said. We got all these little triangles here that if we zoom in on, you can see all the different little triangles, and likewise this on the bottom, we see all the little triangles here. So zoom back out, go some axes down, and you can see what it looks like. So very simple to draw these, and as we get into the future here, talk about rotations and transformations, you can draw some really complex, cool looking shapes with each of these. So I believe that's all I have for you today. Added back the object rotation through space, and that should be it. So I hope you guys appreciate this, and happy coding.